Hello everyone. Hope you all are good and hope that you have studied the previous lecture about current ratio and the liquidity ratios that we have started from chapter 5 of course, from part 2, which is accounting ratios and analysis. Yes, in the previous lecture we have understood how to calculate current ratio. Yes, and it was lecture 5 and this is the second part of fifth lecture in which we are going to learn liquidity ratios. Yes, from that we are going to learn the second liquidity ratio, that is liquid ratio. In the first part of lecture 5 we have understood about calculation of current ratio. Yes, liquidity ratios, the new topic that we have started after profitability ratios. We have understood the formulas for the 4 ratios given under profitability ratios. The very first of which is gross profit ratio, which is gross profit upon net sales into 100. How to find out gross profit, how to find out net sales, COGS of course, all these formulas we have understood. The next thing that we have learned was operating ratio. The formula for calculating operating ratio is COGS plus operating expenses upon sales into 100. Again, you know very well how to obtain COGS, sales. And the new thing that we learned while calculating this ratio was how to calculate operating expenses. What is included in operating expenses is administrative expenses, also known as office expenses, sales and distribution expenses, depreciation, employee benefit expense, amount written off. We have highlighted these important points even. Yes, thereafter we have learned operating profit ratio, and there are 2 ways for finding out operating profit ratio. After that, we have learned about net profit ratio. Net profit after tax upon sales into 100. How to obtain net profit after tax, that we have understood well in the lecture in which we have considered net profit ratio. Obviously, it is lecture 4. And this is the second part of 5th lecture. In first part of 5th lecture, we have understood the calculation of current ratio from liquidity ratios. Yes, the 2 liquidity ratios, current ratio and liquid ratio, the topic which is given on page number 223 in your textbook. Yes, and now we'll understand about liquid ratio, but before that we'll quickly revise what we have done in the previous lecture. Of course, we have understood about liquidity ratios, the 2 ratios included in it. Then the meaning of current ratio and the formula for same, which is current assets upon current liabilities. Thereafter, we have understood what is included in current assets. This paragraph I asked you to put a tick mark. Then we have also understood what is included in current liabilities. And this para is important for that. I asked you to put a tick mark for this even. I asked you to read the remaining theory. Then we have also written the formula for working capital, that how to find out working capital. Yes. Nextly, we have solved illustration 11, then 12 and illustration 13. On the basis of these illustrations and a proper explanation, I gave you a homework which is sum number 8 and which asks you to calculate current ratio and liquid ratio. I asked you that you are supposed to calculate current ratio only because the topic of current ratio only has been taught. So I expect that you have solved this sum and you have obtained a proper answer. So now we are going to start with a new topic, new ratio, that is liquid ratio. And this topic starts from page number 225. Yes? It is mostly and nearly similar to current ratio, obviously, with a minor change. Yes, but I will repeat the same thing, that you should be clear with the base. You should be completely clear with the basic concepts of accounting, like what is included in current assets, what is included in current liabilities. If you are not aware of that, then it is next to impossible for you to understand the easiest chapter of this part, which is chapter 5. Yes? So before starting with liquid ratio, we'll revise about current assets and current liabilities because it is a relevant concept. Yes. So here we are talking about current assets. Current investments, stock excluding loose tools, not to worry about. Loose tools will never be given to you in a question. It will be always stock. Trade receivables. Now what are trade receivables? It is bills receivable and debtors. And that amount you are supposed to consider after deduction of bad debt reserve. Obviously you know what is bad debt reserve, yes? Cash and cash equivalent, that is cash on hand. Bank balance, that is cash balance and bank balance. Check or draft on hand. Short-term lending and advances, this is the loan that you have given, short-term loan. Expenses paid in advance, prepaid expenses we can say. Incomes outstanding, the incomes that are receivable. Yes, receivable incomes. That if you are supposed to receive commission, you are supposed to receive rent, you are supposed to receive but you have not received yet. Yes, then that comes under the category of incomes outstanding. Taxes paid in advance. So this many items are included in current assets. So once you are instructed to calculate current ratio, you will write down the formula, then you will total current assets. Yes, and these many items you will keep in your mind while calculating current assets from the given question. Yes, so out of these items, if any of the items are presented in the question, you will pick it up and you will put it and you will consider it at the time of calculation of current assets. Yes. Next, talking about current liabilities. Obviously, you know the meaning for this. What are current liabilities? Current liabilities are the one. First of all, liability is, what is a liability? The amount that you are supposed to pay to an outsider from the business. Yes, that is the liability. And there are two types of liabilities, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. So, non-current liabilities means what? The amount payable after 1 year. Yes, the amount which can be paid for even after 1 year. And the amount which is to be paid within a year is said to be current liability. They have given the meaning. Current liabilities means such liabilities which are payable within the time period of 12 months. Yes, 12 months is a year. So what is included in that? Short-term borrowings, trade payables. The way you have trade receivables, you have trade payables even. Trade payables is bills payable and creditors. Trade receivables में क्या होता है? It is bills receivable and debtors. And at the time of payables, it is bills payable and creditors. Interest payable on long-term liabilities. Due but not paid liability. That means the amount is to be paid but it is not paid by the business yet. Yes. Due but not paid interest. Expense outstanding. That means salary if you are supposed to pay and you have not paid. Uncalled dividend. Installments received in advance. Anything received in advance. Yes. Is a liability. Anything paid in advance is current assets. Anything received in advance is a liability. Yes? Short-term provisions. So these things are included in current liabilities. So you have to memorize these points for calculation of current ratio as well as for the calculation of liquid ratio. Because liquid ratio at the end is related with current ratio itself. Yes? With minor changes we can say. So coming back towards the topic for today, that is liquid ratio, the formula for which is presented here. But before that, we are supposed to read a note, an important note that is given to us, and it says, current assets excluding stock and expenses paid in advance are considered to determine liquid assets. If they are informing us about liquid assets, that means obviously in the given formula they have considered liquid assets instead of current assets. Yes? So while calculating current assets, you consider all the current assets. Yes, but at the time of calculation of liquid assets, what you are supposed to do is that all the current assets excluding stock and expenses paid in advance, all of the current assets excluding these two items will be taken for calculation of liquid assets. That's what they are trying to say. Yes? And the formula for which is liquid ratio equals to liquid assets upon current liabilities. So current liabilities is not a new thing here. Current liabilities जैसे आप current ratio calculate करने में करते हैं, वैसे ही आपको इसमें करना है. But the only difference is about liquid assets. All the current assets will be considered except stock and expenses paid in advance. Alright? Then, liquid assets are such assets which are easily convertible in cash and cash equivalent. Current liabilities which are considered for current ratio are also considered for this ratio. So there is no change in current liabilities. And the change in current assets is presented here. So that thing you have to keep in mind and calculate the sum. The objective and trend, of course, you'll read on your own. MCQ, VSQ can be asked from this chapter about the objectives and trend of the various ratios. So that thing you are supposed to keep in your mind and read theory concepts properly. The most important MCQ or VSQ I can say is the proportion of this ratio 1:1 is desirable. Yes? Fine then, illustration 14 we are going to start for calculating liquid ratio. The very first illustration given on page number 226, of course. From the following information of SL Limited, calculate liquid ratio. The information is given here. Current liabilities 1,60,000, stock 30,000, debtors 20,000, current assets 2 lakh, expenses paid in advance 10,000, bills receivable 15,000. You are supposed to calculate liquid ratio. So first of all, what is the formula for liquid ratio? The formula for calculating liquid ratio is liquid assets upon current liabilities. Let us find out liquid assets first of all from this sum. Liquid assets All the current assets except stock and expenses paid in advance. Yes? And these are the current assets. These are current liabilities. Current liabilities are readily given in this question, so we are not supposed to find out current liabilities. We'll obtain liquid assets. Formula: liquid assets upon current liabilities. Liquid assets equals to current assets minus stock and expenses paid in advance. Current assets 2 lakh minus 30,000 and 10,000. 40,000. So 2 lakh minus 40,000 gives you 1,60,000. And these are the liquid assets. And what are current liabilities? 1,60,000. So simply putting it in a formula, 1,60,000 is the answer that we have obtained for liquid assets, and also 1,60,000 is the answer given for current liabilities. So once you substitute this figure, the answer that you obtain is 1:1. Again, the answer is to be presented in terms of proportion. Yes? So 1,60,000 upon 1,60,000, obviously the answer is 1:1. Yes? And that's all. So we are done with illustration 14 about how to find out liquid ratio. But make sure that once you study the calculation of liquid ratio, you are completely aware about the calculation of current ratio at first. Alright? The next illustration, illustration 15 given on page number 226 in your textbook. You are supposed to calculate current ratio as well as liquid ratio. So this illustration is similar to the homework that has been given to you. Yes, of course, this one. Sum number 8 that was given as homework. You were supposed to calculate current ratio only, but the question says you are supposed to calculate current ratio and liquid ratio. Yes? So obviously in today's lecture we are going to learn, we are already learning about liquid ratio and we have already completed what is current ratio. So you will obtain the answers for both once we are done with this lecture. Yes? So illustration 15 is completely similar to that, because in that question even they are asking us to find out both the ratios. Calculate current ratio and liquid ratio. Alright? So the question consists of the information about various items. Yeah? From this, firstly you have to find out current assets and current liabilities for calculating current ratio. Yeah? Thereafter you will find out liquid assets, and there is no need of finding out current liabilities for the second time, because already you are calculating it at the time of calculation of current ratio. So the same data can be used. Okay? Fine. So we are talking about current assets firstly. Cash and cash equivalent. Yes. Debtors. Yes. Bills receivable. Yes. Stock. Yes, it is a part of current asset. Current investments, of course, it is a part of current assets. Creditors, bills payable, outstanding expense, taxation, provision. All of this are current liabilities. So simply current assets is all of this. The total of this is the total of current assets. Let us see. Obviously, the very first thing that we always do is writing down the formula. Current assets upon current liabilities. Current assets, cash, debtors, bills receivables, current investments, stock with respective values. Yes? So the total of current assets is 6 lakh. Yeah? Now talking about current liabilities. Again, as I said, all of this are current liabilities. Taxation provision, short-term provisions are current liabilities. That point we have understood. In short, all of this are current liabilities. So what is the total of current liabilities? Creditors 2 lakh, bills payable 1 lakh, outstanding expenses 80,000, taxation provision 80,000. So the total of current liabilities is 4,60,000. Yes? And the total of current assets is 6 lakh with respective items and with their respective amount. Alright, so simply we are supposed to substitute this in the given formula, which is current assets upon current liabilities. So of course 6 lakh upon 4,60,000, let us see. Yes, 6 lakh upon 4,60,000 equals to 1.30 is to 1. As the answer is to be presented in terms of proportion, this is the way you write down the answer. Alright? So here we have obtained the answer for current ratio. The another question asked in illustration 15 is liquid ratio. What is the formula for calculating liquid ratio? It is liquid assets upon current liabilities. What are liquid assets? Assets excluding stock and expenses paid in advance. But in this current assets, all the current assets, there is no expense paid in advance. So simply you will deduct the amount of stock from total current assets. Yes, and you will obtain liquid assets. See, current assets is 6 lakh. Here we have calculated. From this you will deduct the amount of stock, which is 1,40,000. 6 lakh minus 1,40,000 gives you 4,60,000. And that is the amount of liquid assets. Yes? We have understood a note here. Current assets excluding stock and expenses paid in advance are considered to determine liquid assets. And that's the reason we have deducted stock from current assets. Yes? So current assets is 2 lakh. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry. Yes, current assets is 6 lakh. Stock is 1,40,000. So liquid assets are 4,60,000. And then if we present these figures in the formula of liquid ratio, yes, which is liquid assets and current liabilities. So liquid assets is 4,60,000. Current liabilities you can see here, it is 4,60,000. So the answer is 1:1 again. And this is the answer for liquid ratio. Yes, and that's all. Here we complete illustration 15 even. In today's lecture, we have understood illustration 14 and illustration 15, which are related to liquid ratio, the second ratio in liquidity ratios. So in today's lecture, we have completed the topic of liquidity ratios. And of course, your homework is here, nothing other than the same sum. Question 8 from exercise. Yesterday, you have calculated current ratio. Today you are going to calculate liquid ratio also. So we are done with the topic of liquidity ratios, the second topic. Yes, the first topic that we have completed is profitability ratio. Profitability ratios actually. 4 ratios in it. Second is liquidity ratios, the 2 ratios in it. The current ratio and liquid ratio. Yes? So you will write down the formulas for liquidity ratios at least 5 times to memorize the same. And also you will write down the formulas for the previous ratios that we have completed. If you don't keep revising the formulas, it is difficult for you to solve these sums. Because in this chapter, there is nothing new except for the sums based on formulas. Yes, there are ample of formulas. And you need to be clear in your mind with all the formulas. Yes, if they are asking you gross profit ratio, immediately you should be ready with the formula in your mind. And the chapter is simple. Yes, there is nothing else except the formulas and your basic knowledge about the current assets and current liabilities. Yes, so that's all. From next lecture, we are going to start with a new ratio again. Yes, till then you learn all the formulas for the ratios that we have completed till now and solve all the sums from the exercise as well as the illustrations. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Study well.